Prodigal Steve returns to Stardew Valley. How's it going, everybody? So first and foremost, the audio in this video and tomorrow's Darkest Dungeon video might be a little off. I was messing around in OBS settings this morning, and I ended up deleting my old audio settings. The video should not be impacted, but the audio may be off. I think I have it sorted out now, but the mic seemed a lot louder when I got everything set back up than it used to be. So, to compensate for that, I have raised the game audio. But to be fair, I was watching last Friday's Stardew Valley, and it seemed a little quiet anyway, so this may be for the best. Like, the overall video audio might sound a lot better after YouTube has processed it now than it had in the past. So I may actually just have screwed up in reverse by deleting those settings and having to redo them all from scratch, essentially. I am gonna, as soon as this video is uploaded and processed by YouTube, before it even goes live, I am gonna go ahead and take a listen to it and see how it sounds. But I'm recording tomorrow's Darkest Dungeon immediately after this, and then I'll upload them both at the same time, so I won't be able to make any changes until Wednesday's video at the earliest. So if things sound off in this video, bear with me, I will get it sorted out. And also, please, please, please let me know if anything sounds weird in the comments. It would help me out a ton. That way, I have more ears listening to this, and I'm getting, more information for troubleshooting. But for the time being, we're just, gonna do our usual thing here. Try and handle the episode as normal otherwise. Which means, what did we do last episode? Honestly, I don't even remember anymore. Let's see. Oh, wait, we need to go to the community center and drop off that hay, certainly. Looks like everything over there is watered. Yep, everything over there is looking fine. I know we have heaters now, cows and so forth. I don't know. Today's episode, aside from the audio issues, I think it's just going to be business as usual. We're coming down to the end of the season here, which means winter is quickly approaching, and that's going to indicate, or that's going to bring about a big tonal shift for our days, since we aren't going to have crops to worry about. We will still have our animals, but we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in the mines here coming up. So even if we hit rainy days, I think I'm just going to do some fishing, because we did get that sweet tip about the walleye recently. So at least I know how to catch them. They're in any freshwater source while it is raining. All right, so we'll let our chickens out here. Check on our cows. Both still babies, so no milk yet. Go ahead and crack that open. Let's go check on our mushrooms real quick. Let's see, it's Tuesday, which means we can't do anything. Like, we can't commission a silo, which I know is something I wanted to accomplish at some point in this video, but we can't do that today because Robin is going to be at aerobics. So I guess we'll do that tomorrow. We can still go see Pierre today to sell all these crops that we just harvested. Let's check over here, see if we have any other artisan goods. It doesn't appear so. All right, nothing there. 11 a.m. Huh. Let's go check the beach. Maybe we can get a nautilus shell that we've been eyeing for a while before we head up to the community center. We will stop at Pierre's before we do that, though, since it's sort of on the way. We can also check birthdays and quests as well. We can say hi to Marnie on her way to the store. How's it going, Marnie? Nephew Shane has been staying at my place the last few months. It's been like almost a year. He helps me out with the chickens, so I'm not complaining. Shane's a good guy. For Sardine. Maybe we'll try for that today. George's birthday is tomorrow. Okay. That is something that I do want to try and remember. And conveniently, since it's in the second day of an episode as opposed to the first day, as birthdays are sometimes, inclined to fall, I might actually remember it. It's been said that a pirate ship full of plundered gold shipwrecked here a long time ago. That is new information that I did not have. I've never seen that dialogue before. I wonder if that's... Am I closer friends with Elliot than I've ever been? I don't think so. Like, I've probably gotten 2 hearts with Elliot in my other file, but, maybe not. Got some stone there. I'm not seeing any shells at all, which probably isn't overly surprising. We have been down here fairly regularly recently, so there hasn't really been an opportunity for shells and so forth to build up on the beach here. And once again, I got completely distracted and did not actually go to Pierre's. Good job, self. Why do I have a ton of stone? I was building that wall, right. Okay. That's fair. Well, let's head back to Pierre's, sell these crops, and then we can actually go talk, or go to the community center. Your farm looks really pretty right now. Thank you. I'm actually pretty proud of how things are going on the farm lately. So it's nice to get some recognition for that. I may fight with my parents a lot, but I know they're just looking out for me. They're doing what they think is best. I don't know why I'm saying this to you. Don't tell anyone. I think everyone, at some point in their lives, has that thought about their parents. And without, getting too up my own butt about it, sometimes your parents are right, and sometimes less so. Like, they are almost across the board doing what they think is best, but what they think is best might not actually be best, but, still, if you're living with your folks and, they're getting on your nerves a little bit, just cut them a little bit of slack. Like, they've put up with plenty of your BS over the years, I'm sure. But, in the other hand, don't take everything they say as complete law. Like, be your own person as well within reason. Alright, so that is accomplished. What else do we need to do today? How much wood is a silo? I don't remember the building requirements for a silo. I don't think it's very high, but we probably don't have the wood for it, just because I haven't been chopping down a ton of trees. So let's go actually see how much wood we have and, sort all this inventory stuff out real quick. And from there, we can decide if we want to harvest some wood or go fishing for those sardines. Oh, hey, we have beer and honey here. It's exciting. All right, so we have 47 wood. Put that stuff in here. We can put the artisan goods up in this chest. Sap can go over here because I love backtracking. Honey can actually go in the fridge. We may need it for recipes, but I'm not sure. I'll hang onto the beer. I don't know if Shane or Pam's birthdays are this season. I don't think so. But we can still, give it as a gift to one of them regardless. Alright, well... what do we want to do now? I guess we can come down and try some fishing. It'd be worth, attempting to sort out Willie's quest. I should chop down some trees, because I'm almost certain we're not going to have enough wood for a silo, but... I guess we can handle that tomorrow. I should check and see if we still have that leak as well, or I should have done that while we were still at the farm. But I'm not going to backtrack again now. All we need to do is get the 4 sardines. We don't actually need to give them to Willie today. We can do that tomorrow, assuming I remember. Now, let's just fish right here in the ocean. That way we don't have to go all the way down onto the dock. I don't think, water depth makes a difference. Oh, this might be a sardine. It's pretty easy catch here. That is. All right, 3 more. So far, so good. Oh, they're all probably going to have to be the same quality, though. That could pose a problem. We're going to catch, like, 8 sardines, and we're not going to have 4 of any one quality. This is presumably not a sardine. It's a little feistier. That is a sea cucumber. Okay. Well, we might need that for a recipe. Honestly, I have no idea. I really should, like, pay closer attention to the food. I know early in the series I talked about how we were going to really try and cook a lot, but that clearly has not been the case since we've only made, like, one thing, and that was a fried egg, the easiest of all recipes. Yep, there's another sardine, but it's a different quality. I imagine we're going to have a stack of them. All right, some seaweed. You know what? Let's actually just eat that. Get some free energy, basically. Although I probably should have kept that, because that is definitely an ingredient in maki rolls. Which is something that we need for a bundle, actually. A bundle that we're almost done with. So that was a little over-eager of me. Alright, so there's another sardine, and we got 2 jade and an amphibian fossil. Ooh, that's exciting. So we will be visiting Gunther tomorrow. It's a little late in the day for it now. He's going to close in about 20 minutes. So we can sort that out. We actually now have a ton of stuff that we're going to be looking to accomplish in the back half of this video. Alright, so there's our 3rd sardine. Hopefully we can just get one more silver star one here, and then we'll definitely be able to complete Willie's quest. This might do it. This seems like a sardine. And it is... Nope, nope, that's an anchovy. Okay, never mind. They look similar. Can't really be blamed for making that mistake. Alright. Let's try and perfect... Nope, never mind. Let's try and perfect this one, but then they gave me a chest, and that's way more important. Especially if we can get something else to donate. Alright, that is definitely a sardine, and that is definitely enough to complete the quest. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and I think Willie's down fishing. So he may actually just be able to turn it in right now. And then with the rest of our energy, chop down a couple of trees, just as a little bit of a safety buffer for our resource requirements for our silo. Alright, nope, not the calendar. Accept quest. Now, I heard Willie's door open, and I didn't see him walk by us, but that doesn't mean he didn't sneak past. There goes Sam. Probably should have talked to him, but it's alright. We'll let him go about his day. Alright, Willie, tell me you're still down here on the dock. You are. That is not a gift. I've caught 0 of 4 sardines because I didn't accept the quest first. Does that do it? That does not. Well, this is the same issue with Clint's quests. If it's already in your inventory, it doesn't count. Maybe if we just catch 1, it'll be fine. At least you didn't hate the gift. It's just, like, probably humoring me. Like, oh, good job, you caught a sardine. Best fisherman ever. But, you know, he doesn't want to belittle me. You know, he doesn't want to punch down, so to speak. You know, master fisherman. Oh, I guess we'll try and catch, like, 4 more sardine. Nope, that's an anchovy. Close, though. We should have enough energy to make this happen. I really need to start checking and making sure the quest requirement has been completed before just handing people things. Alright, less seaweed, more anchovies. Or more sardines. Oh, whoa! Hey there, buddy. Easy. Now, I definitely want to catch you, because I did get that chest. Almost. Don't dive on me like that. Alright. Just give it up. I don't have a ton of time here, so... Careful. Just stay in my bar, please. Almost. Don't do anything crazy. Thank you. That's a super cucumber. I think that is the first time I've ever caught one of those. Alright, that feels pretty good. At least this isn't a complete waste. Get a little bit more in our collection page filled out. Alright, is this another sea cucumber? It's certainly not a super cucumber. Nope, that's an albacore. Maybe we can only catch sardines during the day? Maybe not. This could be just another anchovy, though. And it is. Alright. Getting kinda late here. We may have to just say no to Willie's quest unless we go fishing again first thing in the morning. I don't really want to abandon it. Especially because it is fairly easy to accomplish. At least if we're fishing during the correct time. Probably another anchovy here. Yeah. Just have a ton of those, huh? Unfortunately, none of these are fish that we need for anything. We're running out of energy here, so it's probably going to be like 1 or 2 more casts, and then we're done. Yeah, this has got to be another anchovy. Alright. Let's be smart about that. Okay. I was trying a little bit too hard there. Yeah. This is going to be the last cast, and then we're going to head to bed. Is this another sea cucumber? I wonder how much those are worth. I might as well hang on to all these fish and sell them to Willie tomorrow if we're going to come back and try for that quest. Alright. Oh, nope. Another albacore. At least we have a ton of quality fish anyway. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. The quest system is still a little goofy in this game. I wonder if we could put it in a chest and then pick it up out of there and it'll update. Worth trying, since we're going to walk right past a chest anyway. Alright, so what's on the docket for tomorrow? Try and finish this quest for Willie. See what we absolutely need to do for a silo. But that's not priority to have that commissioned, you know, tomorrow. Alright, that does not update our quest, unfortunately. Alright, go ahead and shut our animals in for the night, then head to bed ourselves. Alright, so first thing we need to do, finish our chores. After that, go see Robin. After that, try and catch sardines for Willie. Good plan. What am I looking at here? That was very strange. And this stuff is like way... like, this should not be done yet, I don't think. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll take it. I have no idea what that was, though. Like, the glowing lights around a bunch of these crops. Alright, well, let's harvest all this stuff anyway. Then we could do our watering. Then we could go talk to Robin. Then we could do some fishing. Alright, careful here. Because I don't want to lose too many of these into the water if I can help it. Should probably stop planting berries so close to this pond. While we're down here, might as well do our animal stuff. Alright, Alright, I'm going to keep this large egg for the community center bundle. Alright, out with you. And you are still babies. This is still fine. Alright. Oh, you look really happy today, huh? You look fine. Well, not everybody can have great days every day. Alright, there's that. What did I plant down here? We gotta be close to getting, like, whatever pumpkins we planted. Like those ones up there. Well, that was just ridiculous. Probably should have caught that sooner than I did, but I was looking up at the top of the screen towards our pumpkins. Alright, we'll do this bottom section, then we'll refill on water, and then start doing the top section. We're gonna have to refill before we do this stuff, though. Alright. I don't know why you're hanging out in our crops, but, you know, more power to you. Whatever makes you happy, Dud. It's a little bit later than I would like, but it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna keep the seaweed that we collected today, or I guess yesterday, you know, for maki rolls. I think we need any fish, and then seaweed, and then rice. But I could be mistaken. That sounds like a recipe for sushi, but admittedly, I don't eat sushi. Or much seafood in general, actually. So I would not be the correct person to ask about what ingredients are included in sushi. I'm just not big on fish in general. I don't have, like, any it's raw fish, it's gross, like, inclinations against eating sushi. It just is not my taste. I mean, if you enjoy sushi, so much the better. I'm sure there's foods that I enjoy that you do not. We don't need to get, you know, combative about it, as some people are wont to do from time to time. Which I never understood. Like, why yell at somebody for not enjoying the same thing that you do? Like, especially if it's, and this isn't necessarily the case, but, like, you know, if you're out somewhere, right? Like, at a barbecue, say, and someone's like, oh, I don't want a brat, because I don't like brats. And you do. And you're like, what? You don't like brats? And you get all, like, angry at them. Like, there's probably a limited number of brats at this, you know, event. That means more brats for you. Oh, we don't need wood at all. We need 100 stone, 10 clay, and 5 copper bars. We might be able to make that happen. So let's actually go check that really quick. And that also lets me segue away from this weird barbecue conversation that I'm having. Alright, so we're still doing okay on time here. I do want to go see Gunther today, though. Which, I'll just take the minecart over there. Alright, get rid of most of this. I probably should have split it in half again, because then I wouldn't have needed to click as many times, but it is what it is. 10 of those. Oh, we need actually a ton of copper bars. Well, that's something that we can accomplish here. Fire quartz can go in there. I only need 4 coal on me. Geode can go in here. Jade can go in here. Alright, that is sufficient for now. Okay, let's head down to the beach. Now, let's head to... Oh, Pierre's closed today. Alright. Well, that makes that a lot easier. We can actually just get rid of all of that stuff in the shipping container. I'll put the seaweed in the fridge real quick while I'm thinking about it. Then we'll return to the beach. Try and catch these sardines for Willy. I should probably sell him all the extra stuff that we have here before I do anything else, but I want to try and catch one sardine and see if that doesn't update to us having all 4. And we have a new quest as well. Alright, well, no. I'm not going to go slay 6 slimes. I simply do not have the time for that today. I wonder if it's faster to take the minecart over to the library and then come down the beach that way. Be something interesting to test. Alright, here we go. 1 sardine, please. I always look so zoned out when I'm fishing. Which, I mean, is fairly how I look when I'm fishing in real life. Which is certainly a conversation I've had in episodes past, so we don't really need to reiterate on that, I don't imagine. Okay, so there is a sardine. 1 of 4. Fantastic. And it, of course, it's a gold star. I wonder if we could just catch enough sardine and then hand him the silver, star stack. I didn't really want to do that much alliteration right there, but I couldn't quickly think of a better way to phrase that, so here we are. All right, please don't be an anchovy. Probably an anchovy. No, that is a sardine. And it is another gold star sardine. Okay, this is fine. So that gives us 2 out of our 4. Halfway there. Despite the fact that we actually have a ton of them. Well, that's another sea cucumber. We're setting all sorts of records today. So that's exciting. You gotta figure that there's a max and min length for each fish, right? It's like eventually you'll no longer be able to set records. Alright, so that's another sardine. And it's another gold star one. Okay. I was actually fairly confused there about where it went. Alright, more seaweed, not more sardines. Too many S words today. Alright, come on, sardine number 4. There we go. That is a sardine, and it is 4 of them, and now our quest is complete. Okay. Well, that's the only 4 stack that we have, so unfortunately we are going to have to give him the gold star. But we get to keep the fish, right? Hey, you succeeded, Steve. The sardine is an exciting catch, don't you think? Sometimes they seem so smart, it's scary. Well, here's your reward. Congratulations. Fishing. 160 gold. And now I'm just going to sell this stuff straight to you, so... we actually got 460 gold for... those catches, so that's exciting. I kind of don't want to sell the super cucumber, but I'm gonna. Okay, well, thank you, Willie. Now we can head to the museum, donate this thing to Gunther, and then take the minecart back to the farm, finish those copper bars, and hopefully get to Robin's before 5. Might be close, though. We might not be commissioning our silo today. But the sardine quest was a little more time sensitive. I will take the skeleton. That is absolutely going in the house. I don't know why I was walking over that way. Unfortunately, I don't have time to talk to a bunch of the townsfolk yet. Maybe I'll hit the bar tonight, though. See who all is there. We'll go to the bus stop, which puts us right by the farm. I'm glad that I've remembered that we have that completed now. We should only need to do 1 more copper bar, and then we can head to Robin's, but I don't think we're going to have time to smelt this and then get up there. Now, might as well do... Oh, requires 1 coal, right. That's my bad. Okay. Well, while that's doing its thing, let's go put the skeleton down. And he can actually go right here next to the dark throne. You won't let me put that there. Oh, no, yes you will. Okay, I was just clicking the wrong mouse button. That's my bad. Right, that is a misplant on my part. Ooh, no, we're not going to have enough time. So close. I'm going to walk up there anyway, just in the off chance that she hangs around the shop a little bit later, but I really don't see it happening. Probably she's, going to go spend time with her husband. Yeah. Like, the second she's off the clock, she's out. Hey there, Steve. I was just daydreaming about some new carpentry projects. Are you doing okay at your place? How's the woodwork in your cottage holding up? Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but I could use another silo. But that will have to wait for tomorrow. At least we have all the requirements for it here. So let's actually hit the community center with this large egg. And now we can start talking to people since we have nothing better to do. Yeah, that's pretty typical. We've had this conversation on Wednesdays past. Perhaps even this most recent Monday, because I know you only work Tuesdays and Thursdays. Which bundle do we need to go to? I think it's over here. Yes. Okay. I like that you can use both varieties of eggs. So now we just need, large milk is going to be the most convenient thing to acquire. Unless we can get one of those other items from the, traveling merchant. Might as well pick up this forage. Not that I can do much with it, because Pierre is closed today. But honestly, that's fine. Say hi to Alex here. Want to ask you something? I put too much gel in my hair today, it kind of hurts. Don't touch it. What? That wasn't a question, that was a statement. I know I can use a scythe to cut grass. Alright, who's in the bar right now? My boy Shane. Here you go, boss. Because we've... Well, I mean, that's fair. You do have a beer to drink now, and I understand how talking and drinking beer use the same orifice. So there could be a conflict of interest there, having a conversation with me versus drinking beer, You can see where you're coming from. What's up, Abigail? I am. I've grown a ton of pumpkins. I will save one for you. I actually might have some. So if you're going to go hang out in the cemetery for a minute, I could go grab one and bring it right back. Because I got nothing better to do with my day. I don't want to go to bed at 7 p.m., although, in real life, that sounds pretty fantastic. Although I've been going to bed late lately. Substantially later than I am accustomed to. Been up to, midnight, which isn't actually that late, but, for an actual grandpa like me, that's basically staying up for multiple days in a row. All right, more seaweed. Where's the maki roll at? Any fish plus seaweed plus rice. I was correct. We have 0 fish, though. So perhaps we'll go do some more fishing and catch just, a bunch of garbage fish, anchovy or sardine or something, and then keep those in the fridge for those any fish recipes. I suspect that Abigail will still be in the cemetery, so we can just drop this pumpkin off on our way down to the ocean. Oh, there goes Clint. A little late, buddy. Alright. Here you go. Yeah, well, you asked for a pumpkin, and you received a pumpkin. Can I fish off this bridge? Hey, there we go. Guess we'll just catch some river fish here. Alright. I can buy rice from Pierre, so we might do that next episode and make the maki roll. Assuming, of course, that I remember. Smallmouth bass, that's fine. We should be able to catch, a couple of those anyway. Gonna be doing a lot of fishing here. Hopefully we get another rainy day. But walleye are caught in fall and winter on rainy days, but there are no rainy days in winter. So we have about 4 days to get some rain. And catch a walleye. That is probably fairly unlikely, but it could happen. I mean, I think that there are days that are guaranteed to rain, but the rest of them might actually be random. Just move my cursor over here just so I don't cast in the wrong direction on accident. Alright. Another bream. Well, I guess whatever fish we catch next will determine what we keep in the fridge. I would like to keep bass, because apparently that's like a fish that you actually eat. Oh, that's some algae. That's not what we're looking for. What do we have here? I don't know if smallmouth bass are consumed regularly, though. Alright, I guess we're keeping the bream. I don't want 2 fish stacks unless they're for specific recipes. Like, I know there's a couple recipes that require specific fish, but I don't remember what they are. Carp might be one of them. It's like 4 carp, and it's called like Carp Surprise or something. Because you could just catch a ton of those. You know what? I'm actually going to sell that algae and the bass. There we go. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and lock our animals in. Then drop these bream off in the fridge. And then that'll do it. Okay. Come up here. See, are there any other... We can make sashimi already. Just because it takes any fish at all. Oh, we can make roots platter as well. Ooh, we should actually make that for the next time we head into the mines. That's actually going to be great come winter, because I think we can like forage both of those things. Okay, Dish of the Sea does require sardine. That's fine. Stir fries anything. Rainbow trout is for trout soup. Oh, hey, we actually require bream for, like, specifically for a recipe. So, hey, there we go. That actually worked out. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments below, especially this time about the audio levels. And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you next time.